Dear students, let us study Death of a Salesman, which is prescribed for the become third semester students. Willie Loman, a traveling salesman, returns home to Brooklyn early from a sales trip. At the age of 63, he has lost his salary and is working only on commission and on this trip has failed to sell anything. His son Beef, who has been laboring on farms and ranches throughout the West for more than a decade, has recently arrived home to figure out a new direction for his life. Willie thinks Beef has not lived up to his potential, but as Beef reveals to his younger brother Happy, an assistant to the assistant buyer at the departmental store, he feels more fulfilled by outdoor work than his earlier attempts to work in an office. Alone in his kitchen, Willie remembers an earlier return from a business trip when Beef and Happy were young boys and looked up to him as a hero. He contrasts himself and his sons with his next door neighbor Charlie, a successful businessman, and Charlie's son Bernard, a serious student. Charlie and Bernard, in his view, lack the natural charisma that the Loman men possess, which Will believes is the real detrimental detriment of success, determinant of success. But under the questioning of his wife Linda, Willie admits that his commission from the trip was so small that they will hardly be able to pay all their bills and that he is full of self doubt. Even as Linda reassures him, he hears the laughter of the woman, his mistress in Boston. Charlie comes over to see if Willie is okay. While they are playing cards, Willie begins talking with the recently deceased figure of his brother Ben, who left home at the age of 17 and made a diamond fortune in Africa and Alaska. Charlie offers Willie a job, but Willie refuses out of pride, even though he has been borrowing money from Charlie every week to cover household expenses. Full of regrets, Willie compares himself to Ben and their equally adventurous, mysterious father who abandoned them when they were young. He wanders into his backyard trying to see the stars. Linda discusses Willie's deteriorating mental state with the boys. She reveals that he has tried to commit suicide both in a car crash by inhaling gas through a rubber hose on the heater. Beef Chirind agrees to stay home and try to borrow money from his previous employer, Bill Oliver, in order to start a sporting goods business with Happy, which will please their father. Willie is thrilled about this idea and gives Beef some conflicting, incoherent advice about how to ask for the loan. The next morning, at Linda's urging, Willie goes to his boss, Howard Wagner, and asks for a job in the Newark office close to home. Though Willie has been with the company longer than Howard has been alive, Howard refuses Willie's request. Willie continues to beg Howard with increasing urgency until Howard suspends Willie from work. Willie, humiliated, goes to borrow money from Charlie at his office. There he encounters Bernard, who is now a successful lawyer. While the greatest thing Willie's son Beef ever achieved was playing high school football, Beef and Happy have made arrangements to meet Willie for dinner at Frank's house. Before Willie arrives, Beef confesses to Happy that Oliver gave him the cold soldier when he tried to ask for the loan, and he responded by stealing Oliver's pen. Happy advises him to lie to Willie in order to keep his hope alive. Willie sits down at the table and immediately confesses that he has been fired so Beef and better. give him some good news to bring home to Linda. Beef and Willie argue as distressing memories from the past overwhelm Willie. Willie staggers to the washroom and recalls the end of Beef's high school career when Beef failed to match course and went to Boston in order to tell his father. He found Willie in a hotel room with the woman and became so disillusioned about his former hero that he abandoned his dreams for college and following in Willie's footsteps. As Willie is lost in his reverie, Beef and Happy leave the restaurant with two call girls. When Beef and Happy return home, Linda is furious at them for abandoning their father. Beef, ashamed of his behavior, finds Willie in the backyard. He is trying to plant seeds in the middle of the night and conversing with the ghost of his brother. Ben about a plan to leave his family with $20,000 in life insurance money. Beef announces that he is finally going to be true to himself, that neither he nor Willie will ever be great men, and that Willie should accept this and give up his distorted version of the American dream. Beef is moved to tears at the end of this argument, which defends Willie's resolve to kill himself out of love for his son and family. He drives away to his death. Only his family, Charlie and Bernard, attend Willie's funeral. Beef is adamant that Willie died for nothing, while Charlie eulogizes Willie as a salesman who by necessity had nothing to trade on but his dreams. Linda says goodbye to Willie, telling him that the house has been paid off, that they are finally free of their obligations. But now there will be nobody to live in it. Themes: the American dream that anyone can achieve financial success and material comfort lies at the heart of Death of Salesman. Various secondary characters achieve the dream of in different ways. Ben goes off into the wilderness of Alaska and Africa, and Lux into wealth for discovering a diamond mine. Howard Wagner inherits his dream through his father's company, while Bernard, who seemed to a studious bore as a child, becomes a successful lawyer through hard work. Willie Loman's version of the dream, which has been influenced by his brother Ben's success, is that any man who is manly, good looking, charismatic, and well linked deserves success and will naturally achieve it. Over the course of his lifetime, Willie and his sons fall short of the impossible standards of this dream. But the real tragedy of the play is not that Willie fails to achieve the financial success promised in his American dream, but rather that he buys into the dream so thoroughly that he ignores the tangible things around him, such as the love of his family, while pursuing the success he hopes will bring his family security. By sacrificing himself at the end of the play in order to get his family with the money from his life insurance policy, Willie literally kills himself for money. In the process, he demonstrates that the American dream, while a powerful vehicle of aspiration, can also turn a human being into a product or commodity, which sole value is his financial worth. Father and sons. The central conflict of the play is between Willie and his elder son Biff, who showed great promise as a young athlete and ladies' man, but in adulthood has become a thief and a drifter with no clear direction. Willie's other son, Happy, while on the more secure career path, is superficial and seems to have no loyalty to anyone. By delving into Willie's memories, the play is able to trace how the values Willie instilled in his sons, luck over hard work, likability over expertise, led them to disappoint both him and themselves as adults. The dream of grand, easy success that Willie passed on to his sons is both barren and overwhelming, and so Beef and Happy are aimless, producing nothing, and it is Willie who is still working, trying to plant seeds in the middle of the night in order to give his family sustenance. Beef realizes at the play's climax that only by escaping from the dream that Willie has instilled in him will, will father and son be free to pursue fulfilling lives. Happy never realizes that at the end of the play to he vows to continue in his father's footsteps, pursuing an American dream that will leave him nowhere. Death of a Salesman characters Willie Loman, the sales of it, the title, and the husband of Linda. He never learned what he sells, but he has thoroughly bought into a version of the American dream in which charisma and luck count. Beef Loman, Willie and Linda's elder son, he had always been in the shadow of his father's expectations for him, beginning with his starred career as a rich school football player and prospective college student. Linda Loman, Willie's wife, she remains devoted to him even as he betrays her at two major points during the play, committing adultery with the woman as a younger man and committing suicide with the deluded belief. Happy Loman, Willie and Linda's younger son, he is assistant to an assistant manager at a departmental store and is always willing to do whatever is convenient. He duplic- duplicitous to his family, be duplicitous to his family, take bribes at work. Loman, Willie's adventurous brother who has just died in Africa when the play begins. At moments of great stress or doubt, Willie converses with Ben's ghost. Ben is the embodiment of the most old fashioned aspect. Charlie, Willie's never a steady businessman, his constant friend to Willie through the years, though Willie is quick to take offense whenever Charlie tries to bring Willie's unrealistic dreams down to earth. Charlie foresees Howard Wagner, Willie's boss and the son of Frank Wagner, who founded the company for which Willie works. A cold, selfish man inherits his success without building anything himself. He refuses to take the personal association. Minor characters Bernard, Charlie's son, he is studious and hardworking. As a boy in high school, he warns Beef not to flunk math, a warning both Beef and Willie ignore. He grows up to be a successful lawyer who is about to argue a case before the Supreme Court. The woman, Willie's mistress in Boston during the time that Beef and Happy were in high school, she is a secretary to one of the buyers and picked Willie as a lover because it seems she is able to exploit him for gifts. Stanley, a waiter at Frank's Chop House, who is friendly with Happy but has sympathy for Willie's plight. Miss Forsyth, a call girl, Beef and Happy met at Frank's Chop House. Later, a call girl friend of Miss Forsyth, Janie, Charlie's secretary, Oliver. Death of a salesman symbols. Rubber hose. The rubber hose is a symbol of Willie's impending suicide. Linda finds it hidden behind the fuse box in the cellar and new little nipple she finds on the gas pipe of the hose. Stockings. During his affair with the woman, Willie gives her the intimate gift of stockings. Biff's outburst at the discovering Willie's with the woman you gave her Mama's stockings fixes the stockings in Witty's mind. Seeds. I do not have a thing in the ground. Willie laments after both his sons abandon him in Act 2. The sons has cultivated with his own values have grown to disappoint him. None of them hear to him. Flute. The flute music that drifts through the play represents the single faint link Willie has with his father and with the natural world. The elder Loman made flutes and was apparently able to make an impact. Thank you. This is all about the death of a salesman. I hope you have well understood the lesson. Thank you.